Hello, everyone. I hope that you're enjoying everything so far. So, if you're just tuning in, our coterie is at the hotel with Eden, who is a newly embraced kindred, aka vampire, and they are trying to attempt to get her out of the hotel because she is a celebrity, so people know who she is. Did I say that? Why did that sentence sound so weird? Anyway, but they're trying to discreetly remove her from the hotel, not draw attention to the dead bodies in the hotel room. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at the moment. How are you guys doing? You guys enjoying the story so far? Hopefully. Those 2 hours flew by the way. Like, flew by.
I
I don't
didn't
know
even
about you.
realize 2 hours had gone by.
I lost a die. Never mind. Yeah, right around when she mentioned, like, when he was about to step into the hallway that we should take a break, I had pulled up her stream to see how long it had been, and I was like, whoa, it's already been 2 hours? Like, holy crap. But yeah, well, we've got some more fun things that are there. Basically, what is about to happen is our group is about to take Eden to meet Prince Catalina, who is kind of, excuse me, kind of in charge of the area. You'll learn more about her as we go through the RP and what her job is, so to speak. The prince shall hear of this. Exactly. Will hear of it, and she's probably not going to be too happy. Because,
An understatement.
yeah, I think that is an understatement. Should be fun, though. I'm excited. How are you guys feeling? You guys, I mean, Alejandro and Sparta.
Oh, I'm loving it. It's so much fun.
I mean, I'm having a blast. Uh,
Yay.
hoping I'm not offending anyone by the way Alejandro speaks, though, because
Same.
he's a little bit very free speaking, and he will say a couple of words that I'm just playing a character. Well, I am playing a character, and to anyone watching, a small quick reminder: if any conflict happen, it's just in character type stuff.
It's not real.
Yeah, this
It's
is
kind
not
of
real
like
life.
wrestling. It's kind of like wrestling.
Yeah, there is a little disclaimer, which we haven't, our
I think we
characters
added
haven't
that.
had a lot of opportunity to like argue with each other or anything, but I'm sure over time that will happen. So, uh, just keep in mind that, we are portraying characters. This is a story. Um, so yeah. And we don't mean to, Mimsy said, we don't mean to offend anybody if we are using language, like bad language and stuff. So it is just part of, some of our characters are like that. So anyway. Oh my god, you look so cool.
Right?
Hell yeah. Are those reusable? That's so cool. Okay.
Yes, baby.
Okay. All right. Everybody ready? Feel good to pick up where we
Okay,
left
we all
off?
caught up. We caught up with chat. Hello, guys. Yeah, I think we're good to go.
Alrighty. All right. Well, let's get back into it. Okay,
I
so
just pit my water because I can't drink water with teeth.
I'm really interested to see if you're gonna have like a lisp.
Oh yeah, for a little bit, yeah, probably.
You're gonna have to get used to it.
Mhm.
Oh, I freaking love it.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, so Alejandro has stepped out into the hallway. You notice that the security guards that were there previously are now gone, and the coast is clear for you to investigate and look for this said exit that is supposed to be outside.
I walk around. I'm trying to find the other exit, which isn't the main elevator. Thinking to myself, at least Dumb and Dumber is gone. So I
Really
start.
hate those security guards.
Uh huh. So I make my way to the back to the rear side of the hallway. I start looking around, see if remembering the directions that Eden had said inside. I'm still thinking a lot about what I saw and what I heard. Thinking that Eden is gonna have some weird ass time coming in. She doesn't know what the hell she's getting herself into. I've I've been around for a couple of years. I know she's gonna get freaked out. You're gonna tell her to the friends. She's probably gonna be in denial. She can't breathe. She dead apparently. Why do I have to deal with this shit?
Okay, so as you're kind of walking around thinking of all these things, kind of being annoyed with the current situation at hand, you recall that she mentioned something about a closet.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, after, going up and down, the hallway's not that big, so there's not that much space to explore. But eventually you do find this said closet that, has like a label on the outside, says staff only. And next to it, there is a smaller sized elevator that would just fit like maybe a cart and one person, just a small size. But you do see that it requires some type of key card to open it. So you have located it. It's when you walk out of the room, if you go to the right down the hallway, it's toward the end of the hallway. Down on the right side. So away from the elevator that you guys originally came from.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna need a key card. This is not gonna open itself. We'll also go and talk to Chloe again and ask her if we can get ourselves a staff card because we're gonna need it.
All
Now to
right.
deal with Sparta who's hungry and people being way too nice to Little Miss Superstar.
Okay. So you've returned to the room, told them you found it, but it requires a key card to open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Well, I know that, right? So
yeah.
probably one of my security guys has it. Okay, I'll
Yep.
say that. Yeah, guys, like one of my security people have it. Probably Marcus has it. Do you want
That
me
would
to
have been
text him? I need my phone.
nice to have known 10 minutes ago. I hand her back her cell phone and say, text him and have him bring it up.
Wait. Ronaldo speaks up. Wouldn't that alert this said Marcus that something might be up? Because typically when you would go out, you would have some security with you, correct?
Yeah, but I'm dead anyway. Like, you guys are taking to the authorities, right? So it doesn't really matter. Like,
Well, it matters if Marcus has a suspicion that you're doing something.
well,
So
everybody's
perhaps
gonna know
Marcus
anyway, so
isn't
fuck it.
isn't the right choice. There are other key cards.
And where are we supposed to get these key cards?
Well, we happen to know the owners of this establishment.
Okay.
I take the phone back, by the way. I was just holding it out. I'm like, nope.
Thank you. Ooh,
So I come
crisis
back
averted.
in. I come back in. Find the place, but we need a key card.
Yeah, we just found out. We need to get in contact again with the Galeo sisters and see if they'll have somebody bring up the key card.
So
They're
you're telling
probably
me
getting tired of us.
you knew about the key card.
I didn't know about it. She knew about it.
I don't even know where I'm at. I don't even know where I'm at. I don't know if this is reality. I have teeth. They don't go in. They're just sticking out.
Sorry.
And what do I do now? I don't breathe. I have teeth that were in there before. I murdered my friends. I don't even know if
Yes.
this is reality. Like, who tells me that this is reality? I don't know anymore.
This is
Look,
about as real as it gets.
superstar. This is as real as Gaspar was saying.
Well, can anybody
But-
explain?
You will get everything explained soon, okay? Now cut the fucking attitude and let us sort the shit out. Because right now we are trying to figure out how to get your ass out of this fucking hotel without your goddamn fans outside figuring that shit out.
Okay, well, you don't need to, like, yell at me because you're not helping my anxiety, okay?
Well, boo fucking who? We wouldn't have been in this place if it wasn't for you in the first place.
I didn't do anything. I didn't choose to be dead, okay?
You're not. God fucking damn it.
She kind of is.
I look at
Ah,
Colette.
I was right.
It's
Somebody's
complicated.
telling me the truth here. Finally.
While
Look,
they're doing
you'll
that, I
find
look
out
at
more.
Colette.
You'll find out more this when we get you out of here. Okay? We have to get you out. You will meet someone, people, that can help you. As for now, anything you can tell us will actually fucking help us.
So this is still reality.
This is reality. This is as real as it gets. This isn't a fucking Queen song. Is this the real life or is it just fantasy? This is reality. Yes, you did kill 2 people, but there's a bigger story into this on why. And that's why we need to get you the fuck out of here and go get you to meet the prince. So either you shut up or you help us
Wait,
and be useful.
wait. There's a prince? Who the fuck? What? So wait. This is still reality? Like, I didn't die and got teleported into a parallel universe, right?
No,
This ain't
no,
a fucking
no, no.
movie.
Everything in your life is the same except for you.
But everything
Nothing
is a
else
lie.
has changed. What? Wait, what?
Everything is
A
a
lie?
lie, right?
No, not so much a lie. More like shades of not knowing.
Okay, so if this is the real life,
This is your new life. We call it an unlife.
unlife,
Yes.
because I'm dead.
You are dead.
Okay, I really didn't want to do that because, like, I really didn't understand the Twilight era, you know? But are you guys, like, vampires? Like, is that what's happening?
Ronaldo puts his fingers to our lips. No, shh, 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 shh. We're kindred.
The fuck is
We
that?
don't use that word. But yes, by definition, we are that.
I need a second.
Okay.
I look at Colette and I say, "Will you message the Galeo sisters and see if we can get a damn card?"
What the fuck? What the
You got it.
I'm going to the fuck outside because this chick is fucking pissing me off.
Okay, so Colette's gonna message Ashley once again. Be like, hey boo.
Okay.
We need your help again. We need access to the elevator, blah blah blah. She sends her the message. After she sends her the message, she looks up and she's like, what about transportation? Are we just gonna walk there? How are we gonna get from here to where we need to be?
Can any of us drive? I know I can't.
No.
Then we're gonna have to hoof it.
Hoof it? You think it's a good
Maybe-
idea? Are you
I'm gonna
fucking
ask
kidding me?
Ashley. Okay, they probably have drivers. Okay. Colette's texting Ashley again. She's like, you know what? I'm just gonna call her. She walks away and calls Ashley. You can hear a distant conversation of her apologizing over and over for interrupting the night's festivities and making her request of, hey, you guys have a driver? Can they meet us in the back? Kind of da 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 da. She comes back, says, okay, thank God Ashley has a crush on me because we'd be screwed right now, Colette says. But she's gonna take care of everything as if she hasn't taken care of everything already. We only have probably about less than 10 minutes of our 20 minutes leeway of the security that we already asked her to do. So we should probably start, making our way. She said to give her a few minutes that somebody is going to be at the elevator for us.
I say, all right, let's go. And then I'll reach down and I'll pick up Caleb and throw him over my shoulder. And then I'll say, well, this is going well. And then walk towards the door.
Caleb grunts. Ugh.
I say, let's go, princess.
Are you talking to me?
Are there any other superstars in the room? And then I just walk out.
Okay.
I'm like following them, and I have a joint in my hand, and I'm trying to smoke it.
Good luck with that. Okay.
How do I smoke this? How do I smoke this?
I don't know.
How do I do it? How? Can somebody...
Right now, she's just in the room with Ronaldo and Colette. I've already walked out with Caleb.
Ronaldo throws his hands up and just walks out of the room. Colette kind of chuckles. She's like,
I'm still on the
you'll get
balcony,
used to
so-
it. You'll get used to it. And just leaves. No one has any advice. At least those two. They don't have any
Can I
advice
try
for
to,
her.
like, try it? Try to activate my lungs?
God. Sure.
I'm gonna
I
have to
don't even
use
know what
a-
that looks like.
I have to use I think I need to do a rouse check. To, like,
Is it a
activate...
rouse check?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anything
alright,
in my
go
body,
ahead.
yeah. I'm gonna do it.
Rouse, check it up. Oh, this is gonna get dangerous if the little one gets hungry.
8.
Okay. You have successfully somehow
I'm really
your
trying really
freshly
hard. And I'm like,
embraced lungs that are full of blood, somehow you kind of manage to breathe.
I made it, guys. I'm not dead. I'm breathing now. I'm
Colette just
like
nods.
running towards them.
She's-
I'm alive. It
Mhm.
went back to normal. I can smoke, you see?
Yeah, this was just all a dream.
Yeah, we
By the
got
sign, ding, the elevator door comes open. You guys funnel in. You're very squished. This elevator's not very big. So the 5 of you kind of squish into this service elevator with this guy who looks very confused, just like the other people before.
Ha! I know what happened. This is so funny. Where the telecam? Where the TV at? Where's the crew? Where are the fake
Fuck you on
Where are the
about?
cameras?
No.
This is clearly
There's-
like
Okay.
a
There's
show,
no
right? You guys are
fucking fake
pranking me.
cameras.
Where is Ashton Kutcher? Where is he? Is this not prank me? Huh? You guys did this well, man. Congratulations. Okay, I'm gonna just like pretend that I don't know anything, okay? You can edit
Wish
this
this was
out
a prank.
afterwards. It's totally fine. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, cool. All right.
Is there elevator music going?
Yep.
This whole time I'm just humming along to the elevator music, not saying anything, with Caleb on my
Super
shoulder.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I forgot there are 6 of you. Oh, Jesus. You're all crammed into this freaking service elevator. All right, so you make your way through the floors down. It's kind of like a basement level, and you come out. It's very much looks like kind of warehousey. This is where like the trucks would bring shipments and things, and the guy leads you to these little set of stairs that lead out into the back area that is definitely closed off. Like no one would be able to get there except for like service vehicles, delivery trucks, things like that. There is a SUV vehicle there waiting for you, and you guys get in however you want to sit. 6 people in this SUV. Ronaldo rides shotgun, and the rest of you guys, I'm assuming, just cram into the back.
I throw Caleb in the very back. I guess it's an SUV, so it doesn't have a
Bro.
trunk. So whatever the trunk would be, I would put him there.
Like little tiny area in the back where you would store like bags and things. Okay, he goes funk. He's still awake, but he's, like I said before, he's really weak, kind of out of it. So he kind of grunts a little. Doesn't do much of anything else.
And then I get in the SUV too.
Everybody gets in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So you guys are now in the car. Ronaldo's like small talking with the driver. Like as if it's just any normal day. He's now more relaxed now that he's like left that scene behind. And he is out of there on his way to safety, so to speak. Any conversations you want to have on the drive? It's about, let's say it's about a 10 to 12 minute drive from where you guys currently are.
So, are you guys bringing me to the crew? Is that
What?
what's happening?
Yes, we're taking
Yeah,
you
for
to
the big
crew.
reveal, you know, of the whole show and stuff.
Oh
Oh.
my fucking god, this isn't a fucking TV show, okay?
But there's definitely going to be a reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Colette has put earbuds in and is playing music on her phone, kind of leaning against the window, not interested in the conversation that's happening.
I look at
This
Alejandro and I say, well, this is going better than the last mission.
Yeah, but the only problem is I'm about to slap a bitch.
Slap a bitch. Excuse me.
Yeah. I just called you a bitch. What are you gonna do about it?
Well, I don't like that, sir. I don't even know you. You can't call me a bitch.
Shit!
Excuse me?
I don't give a shit. What do you think?
Ronaldo
You know
looks at
what?
Derek.
I
"Could you
don't need
drive
this negative
faster?"
energy. Okay? Like, I don't need it. I don't need this whatever is happening here. Okay?
I can't wait to see you in a couple of hours. It's gonna be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's gonna be hilarious. Big reveal, right? Big party and stuff. Too bad I'm like dressed like
Oh,
this. It's
tell
hurting
me,
me so hard right now.
how did your buddy in the back there taste?
I look at Alejandro and I say, "Take it easy, man. There's no need to make this harder than it already is."
I mean, she thinks this is an episode of Punk. How did your buddy taste?
I don't know
Thought
what you're
so.
talking
Let's shut
about.
you up. The words, "Oh, I killed them. It's all my fault."
I
I mean, the guy in
think
the back is still breathing.
I need
That's a good thing.
to do a check here because he's really, yeah.
Yeah.
What do I roll?
He's I would say
Willpower?
probably. Well, what are you trying to do? Just suppress yourself and not get angry?
Not like, yeah. Not like
Okay.
let whatever is gnarly at my throat, the beast, something that I do not know about. Like, and he's riling that shit up, and I feel it, I hear it. I hear the beast whispered, "You want that throat, don't you? You just want to rip it right now," so he shuts the fuck up. Yes, you do.
Okay, well then I would say then yeah, that would fall under willpower.
Do I need to do a hunger check?
Willpower
It's
rolls.
just willpower, right?
Yeah, you just roll. You roll the amounts that aren't filled in. Actually, don't.
No, the ones that I have, right?
No, it's the ones you don't have for willpower rolls.
Okay, well, it's
Because
the same.
if your willpower increase, yeah, it's the same for you. 4. Willpower. Yeah, mental stability. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty good. I got 2 10s and a 9, 2 2s and a 6. So technically 4 successes.
Okay, so you're actively getting very agitated, and like you mentioned, you're feeling this strange feeling you've never experienced before, and it's kind of this aggression too that you're feeling inside of you, and that whisper that's happening in your head of like you could make him shut up real quick if you wanted to, but you're able to kind of woosah the moment and not rip his throat out, as you very capable of doing. One thing to keep in mind is these people have no idea who you are as a kindred because they just met you. So kind of playing with fire, but that does seem to be Alejandro's way of doing things. So you're able to suppress it. Nothing happens.
I look at Alejandro and I say, "If she loses her shit, I'm putting my foot in your ass. We don't need any more trouble.
I am a
You need this shit to
lady.
go
I
smooth."
don't degrade myself to his level. Period.
TMC says otherwise. But I'm gonna say nothing because I've gotten what I wanted.
I just shake my head and I call up to the front of the car, "How much longer?"
The guy, this big husky guy, is like, just a couple minutes.
Please hurry.
Doing my best. after a couple of minutes, you guys arrive. You pull into a very familiar place, as all of you except Eden have been there before. It's this very beautiful, kind of like a castle looking place. No one is around outside of this establishment. It kind of looks like this place is closed down to the public. Like, it doesn't look like a business that is open from the outside. You make your way through, and when you get inside, it kind of opens up, and the inside of the building is just completely open for the part that you're standing in. It's like big courtyard type thing.
Damn, this place is fucking gorgeous. The after party is gonna be lit. Can somebody message my manager and tell him to like pick my red dress from the wardrobe, please?
Yeah, well,
I'll get right on it.
one step ahead of you, Colette says. Colette's just trying to keep this chick happy at this point.
Yo, Sparta. Sparta. What? Break that fucking wall.
So you guys are walking through. Like I said, it's kind of a big courtyard. It is very beautiful. Inside, it's all stone. There's a few little statues. There's ivory. It's really beautiful and appeasing to the eyes. Yeah. You make your way a little bit further, and there are some stone stairs that start to lead downward. And this is where the aesthetics starts to change. It's still pretty in the sense of like it looks like an old place, you know what I mean? Like the stoning and things like that are pretty, but it gets a little dungeony. It starts to feel a little bit strange. The vibe is a lot different. This isn't a place, Eden, that you've ever been to like in your life. Maybe like some kind of parties that are in a basement or something would be like the closest thing. But the vibe in this place definitely changes when you start to go down these stairs.
You know what this reminds me of? Like an underground rave I went in Berlin like about 3 years ago. It was so lit. It was so much fun. Oh, yes. Okay. Maybe not the red dress then. Like we need the
definitely
studded
gonna
one.
enjoy this.
We need the studded one. Can you message my manager, please? Thank you.
Colette gives you a thumbs up. And right about this time, you've gotten to the bottom of the stairs, and you're in a room. It very much looks like an underground dungeon type area. Dimly lit, and big pillars that are kind of, every few feet, so to speak. And there's rooms that hallways that lead to different rooms that are around you. But the inside is kind of like a semicircle, basically. And you're in this like circle room. Sorry, did you want to say something?
Sparta.
Yeah.
Break her phone. She's a superstar. If she goes missing, they're gonna start tracking. And do you want fucking humans here?
At this, I still have Caleb on my shoulder, so I just take the phone out and I hand it to Alejandro.
Okay.
Grabs it, snaps it, and crushes it.
I don't need to be hidden right here. It's fine. I can take this out. I just washed my hair.
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay, perfect. Should I keep
All right.
the shades? Or should I
Sorry,
keep
broke your
them
phone.
on?
At about this time, as she's revealing herself, a very large woman comes walking over and grabs your arm. Doesn't say a word to you, just grabs your arm and starts walking deeper into this room with you.
Me?
Yeah, Eden. Mm-hmm.
Hi. Where are we going? Are we gonna change clothes?
She doesn't say anything. This is a very tall woman, just probably about 6'2", very, very muscular, very big woman, pulling you along. Doesn't look at you, doesn't interact with you, anything like that.
Okay, I get it. It's a surprise. Okay. I'll behave.
So so you're walking into this room. At the far side of the room, you can see that there is kind of like bleachers it looks like what bleachers would look like, and there are people sitting there, all different types of people, men and women. They're as you're getting closer, you can kind of hear the murmur of conversation happening and whatnot. In the center of the room, once you get a little bit further, you can see that there is like a stone chair, and this woman that just grabbed you sits you down pretty aggressively in this chair that's facing these bleachers in front of you. And then she moves and just stands behind the chair where you are. You guys, the coterie, you guys kind of funnel to the sides. So Colette and Ronaldo are going to kind of go to the right, and they don't stand completely next to the bleachers, but you guys kind of stand a little bit of ways, like in the corners. There's no corner, it's a circle room, but you know what I'm trying to say. Where you can see Eden sitting in front of you, and the court is sitting amongst the bleachers here. Okay. I didn't know if you guys wanted to have any conversations
Eden
about
is
what's
kind of like
happening.
looking around, expecting something to happen at this point. Like, she's like looking at people and being like,
She's
You know,
just
Sparta.
convinced that she's on the next episode of Punk'd. Like, cameras are gonna come out any second.
I'm living my delusion, okay? Like, let her live. Because
love it.
probably she might not. So
I look at the court and try to see if I notice like what they're thinking, or just kind of get a feel for them.
Get a feel. I'll have you do a wits and awareness, kind of being aware of what's going on around you, the vibe of the place, things like that. And your hunger's still at 2.
Oh man, I didn't even think that,
You
but it
have
should
not-
be pretty good.
You've not fed yet.
no.
Oh shit.
4 and 1 for my hunger.
Okay.
I'm putting all my dice in dice jail. Four, 3, and 10.
Okay. You only needed 1 success. It's fine. And you didn't. What were your hunger rolls? 4 and what?
4 and 1.
Oh, had to be at 1, didn't it?
That's the way I've been rolling tonight.
Okay. Well, hold on a
In
second. 'Cause
Elysium?
Yeah, this isn't a good place for you to rage. This is like the safe space for all of you, and like the court is there.
Actually,
Oh,
can I
God.
use? I'm going to use a willpower.
You can't use willpower for hunger die. So your hunger die stay, and you only needed 1 success, but you did get because you rolled a 1 on your hunger die, it still penalizes you. If you would have rolled like a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or a 5, you would have been fine. But because you rolled a 1, that's where the things happen. If I could find the freaking page of what I'm looking for. Sorry guys, hold on. We didn't do this in our trial run, so that's why I'm having to find what I'm looking for.
Oh God, Jesus.
I fucking
Save.
hate my dice.
Save us.
I just can't remember how you're supposed to react. Okay, found the page. Sorry, guys.
I thought it would have been Finn that got us killed, not me.
Okay. Let me make sure that I'm understanding this correctly. Comes up as a 1, yeah. Not enough successes to reach the difficulty or beat Oh, so you're fine. As long as okay. That's what I wanted to clarify. You're okay because you got one success. Now, if the difficulty was at 2 and you needed 2 successes and you failed and you had a 1, then we would have a
Yeah.
problem. But because you did get your 1 success, we're okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Needed to clarify for my brain. Okay, so we're okay. Earlier, whenever Alejandro failed everything, then that was like the situation where it could have went really badly, but he re-rolled and it was fine. Okay, so you're okay. So you're trying to get a feel for what's going on around you, kind of how the council court is feeling. Um, you feel like kind of it feels really energized, like no one, you're not really getting like this feeling of like people are upset. It's kind of like people are a little bit like, wow, like what's going on? Like this is like almost like it's like exciting to them that this is happening, even though it's like really bad. But like they're kind of like, this is gonna be good. Like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of vibe. Like they're feeling really energetic about what's going on. You're watching them, they're kind of talking amongst each other. No one really seems to be like disgruntled or upset about having to be there. That's kind of the vibe that you get from the council court, whatever you want to call them.
I look at Alejandro and I say, looks like they're ready for a show. I whisper it, so I'm not saying it loudly.
By the way, do you still have Caleb on your shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot about Caleb. My apologies. Another person, another like really big person, like the woman who grabbed Eden, is going to come and retrieve Caleb from your shoulder and take him away. You don't know where they take him, but he has been taken down one of the hallways to like separate room that isn't this big circle room that everybody's in. So Caleb is now with somebody else in some other room. Sorry, I forgot he was there. Poor little Caleb. Somebody should probably help him.
Dying on my shoulder.
Yeah, no big deal. Okay, so he's gone. You guys are just kind of waiting. The coterie knows what's going on, but of course, Eden is kind of clueless. After a couple of minutes of just chatter amongst the crowd that's there, you see on where the benches, what did I call them before, little bleachers, I guess, because there's like multiple sets of them and there's a little crowd of people sitting on these like stone bleachers at the back of this room. On the sides of them there are stone staircases that go up, and you can kind of see that they curve, so it looks like 2 curved staircases that lead up to somewhere. And after a few minutes of just chatter amongst the people that are there, on the right side you see a woman that is coming down the stairs. She has a long, like royal blue, really elegant looking gown on. It's very nice. It like has on the sleeves, there's lace, like black lace on both of the sleeves and around the neck and on the bottom. It's very nice and very elegant looking, but doesn't look like it belongs to this era at all. Definitely is like from a different time. She's tall and slender. As she makes her way, you're kind of seeing her features being revealed more and more. You are immediately just attracted to her presence. You just look at her. She's stunning. She's beautiful. She has long black hair that's just as straight as can be. And her skin looks like how like a porcelain baby doll, like how their skin on a porcelain doll looks, is like that. It's just completely flawless and beautiful. She's a gorgeous woman. And she continues down the stairs. As she's noticed, the crowd goes completely silent. and everybody in the room stops talking. And there's no more chatter at this moment. She's walked, so where you're sitting, Eden, she would be like to your right, kind of looking off to the right. And she's a little distance away from you. And she slowly kind of looks around the room, and then her eyes stop on you. And she just kind of studies you for a minute. She hasn't said anything. And after a few moments, you can see her eyes narrow, and something about her changes. Whereas she's still beautiful, you still are attracted to her. She's a very beautiful woman, but suddenly you're terrified of her. You know, something inside of you is telling you that if you make the wrong move, it won't end well for you. It's just this fear that's kind of bubbling silently inside of you. And any ideas of, uh, oh, this is just a prank, ha ha ha, all of that is just gone, because you know this is serious looking at this woman that's standing before you. You don't know why, but you know, okay, the mood has shifted in the room. Okay, so hold on, I have to get back to my notes. After this kind of exchange, she hasn't moved. All she did was kind of narrow her eyes and look at you, and this mood changed. But everything, even Sparta, before, how you were kind of like reading the room, that buzzing energy is gone now, and you two are feeling that, like, oh gosh, like, okay, things are getting serious now. Which isn't a feeling you're not used to. You remember this feeling from the last time you were in the presence of Prince Catalina. So after a few moments, she speaks up and she asks, who do I need to speak to in regards to what's happened? And she just waits a moment. And Ronaldo, after a moment, you can see he's really hesitant. He's kind of like looking at the ground. He steps forward and he's like, I believe that you want to speak with me about our new member. He's just stumbling all over his words. She's still staring right at Eden. She averts her eyes over to Ronaldo and asks what basically took place, which, we already lived through that, so we're not gonna say all that. Ronaldo basically catches Prince Catalina and the court up to what's going on, the condition they found her in, the thin blood that was with them, all of the details of what happened. And she's just, patiently standing there waiting and listening to all of the details of everything that took place. As she's listening, you can tell that she's getting agitated by this news. Like, she is very visibly annoyed that this has taken place in her home, so to speak. She's not happy about what's happened. So after Ronaldo says his spiel, she looks back towards Eden and asks she asks if she knows who the man was that was with Caleb.
No, I only met Caleb. He was the one that approached me. He didn't tell me that he was bringing somebody.
Okay, what did he look like?
Well, what did he look like? I don't know. Should I make up?
Oh, he was tall, slender, just average looking dude. There wasn't anything that stuck out about him. Brown hair, brown eyes, just average build, normal looking dude.
There you go.
Okay. So after you'll notice with Prince Catalina, she spends a lot of time just standing in silence without talking to anybody. So this whole exchange is quite a while of just standing there waiting for her to talk or her listening. She asks for the woman behind you if she will go get Caleb. So she wants Caleb to come into the room. So after a few minutes, Caleb is he's kind of really out of it at this point. Both of those two big people are holding his arms and kind of dragging him, and they kind of throw him down next to where Eden's sitting. And he's kind of on his knees, really weak, trying to hold himself up and talking to Prince Catalina. And she starts to ask him questions, and you can tell that he's really hesitant in answering any of the questions. Like, he's not being free with information that he's giving. Even despite, you can tell he's terrified of Prince Catalina. He's not doing well, like, strength-wise, just because of what happened to him, but he also his composure is just out of there. Like, maybe even in his voice, he's on the verge of tears. You can hear him. But he's not answering her questions. He's saying, I don't know. I can't tell you. Like, you just don't understand. I can't tell you. Like, just repeating himself, not giving her any information. So she's becoming more and more agitated by this exchange and not getting the information that she wants or needs in regards to what's going on. So after a little while in her exchange with Caleb, she turns toward the council and says, perhaps we should have a discussion if you think that is in order. And they kind of murmur amongst themselves. Like, you can kind of tell that no one wants to make a decision, like, on the council. They want Prince Catalina to do it. And eventually they're like, well, we trust your judgment. We must right the wrongs that have been done here, so to speak. So Prince Catalina goes over to Eden. Now she's kind of really close to you at this point. She's in front of you, talking directly to you. And she starts to kind of interrogate you to see what information she can get from you. Asking you questions like, who did this? Are you sure you didn't know who did this? Tell me who did this. This kind of line of questioning. So she's now begun to interrogate you, so to speak. What kind of information would you give her?
Everything that she wants to hear, because I'm still like, I'm a human. I'm very new. Like, and her presence is like definitely a lot, Yeah, I'm fucking scared. I don't want to die, I guess. At that point, I'm just like trying to collaborate as much as I can. Yeah.
Right. Trying to be cooperative.
Yeah.
Okay. After her little interrogation and asking, she comes to the conclusion that you really don't know what happened. She can see that. She can sense it from you and your answers and everything that's going on. And she begins to explain to you basically the sins that have taken place and the severity of what's going on. And she tells you that among this, what would we call, community of Kindred, we have a law that's very important that says that thou shalt not embrace another without basically my permission. And, well, whoever did this to you is, in direct violation of that. And it's a very serious crime that has been committed. We don't take these things lightly.
Okay. What does that mean?
Typically, how we handle these situations is both you and whoever did this to you, if we are able to find them, and we will find them, you're no longer welcome in the unlife, which means you must pay the ultimate price by dying for real this time.
But I didn't do anything.
She kind of like smirks a little. She's like, we know you didn't, but it's just part of the process of paying the transgressions.
How is that fair?
She smiles and kind of turns around and looks at the council. Nothing about this life is fair, my dear. You'll learn that very quickly. And without any other words, she starts walking towards the stairs and says, "Kill them both," and begins to exit the room. And as she is kind of just stepping up the stairs and the big woman is going around to get Eden off of the chair, and the other big guy, I guess it was a guy, I didn't say, comes to get Caleb, Ronaldo steps forward and says, wait. And you can see Catalina kind of freezes in place. She doesn't turn around, but she stops walking. And he says, "Catalina, if I may." And he waits to see if she will listen to him. To which she does, because Catalina and Ronaldo have a pretty good relationship. They've known each other for a really long time. She slowly turns around and kind of looks towards him like, "What do you want?" And he is just looking at the ground. He can't even bear like looking at her because he's like, "Oh God, this is scary." And I'm like speaking against the prince right now. He says, "Catalina, what if they're worth more to us alive?" She kind of stands there for a moment. "Meaning?" she asks. "Well, this seems to be possibly a plan. We know that somebody came into our city and they wanted to cause harm. We didn't know to who or why or who they were. But perhaps this is all a part of the plan. And if we were to get rid of these two, maybe we're getting rid of the only lead that we have. Perhaps they'll come for them. Maybe they'll try to retrieve them. Maybe the Thin Blood knows more than we know. So maybe they're worth more to us alive than they are dead." And she looks over at Eden and Caleb, kind of thinking about what Ronaldo's suggesting, that possibly she knew there was a threat, like you guys were sent out. You didn't know what the threat was, who it was, all that kind of stuff. But perhaps he's correct. Maybe this is a part of somebody's plan. And they perhaps got interrupted, and this is our best lead. So after a few minutes, Catalina looks over to the council, and they're kind of nodding like in agreement to what Ronaldo said. Like, yeah, that's a good point. Like, maybe we could use them to some level. And Catalina says, "Okay, well, you know, just as everyone in this room, Ronaldo, that the guilty must be punished.
I can help. I promise I can help. I'm a great actress. I can help. I will help. And she sits back down.
She kind of smirks because this doesn't happen a lot. People don't, there's not a lot of outbursts in front of her usually. She's kind of like, well, call Imani. If we're keeping them alive, I want to know everything there is to know about her blood. Ronaldo like shakes his head and okay. And then she looks back towards Eden and says, just remember, you agreed to help.
Yes, no, I will help. What does that mean, know about my blood? Did I say,
like
did
the
I
young
ask?
ones?
What?
She just turns, goes up the stairs. As she's leaving, you see kind of towards the top of the stairs, there's a figure. You can't really make out who it is. It's too dark, but they kind of join her and walk up the rest of the stairs, and you can hear her speaking to somebody and talking to them. And then that person comes down and goes over to Caleb and takes Caleb away. And you guys don't know where he's going or what's happening to him. He's now removed from the room. Ronaldo is telling Colette, because he can't use cell phones, to get in touch with Imani. And that Imani needs to come here urgently and see, what her blood is all about. Do any of you guys care to explain to Eden? Because at this point, Catalina is gone. The council slowly, one by one, are kind of getting up and they're talking amongst themselves now, and they're going up these back spiral staircases. No one seems to be really interested in Eden or you guys. The meeting, so to speak, is over.
I walk up to Eden and I say, well, you just dodged one hell of a bullet.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know if I did, but I have no idea what's happening. Nobody's telling me.
You get to live. So that's a plus.
Yes,
Eden.
but what is it? The blood? What is the kindred? What the hell is this? What is this place? Who are you guys?
Look.
We were sent to find the people who apparently turned you.
Turned me?
Embraced.
Who embraced you.
Embraced?
And made you what you are now.
What does that mean?
It means you're not normal.
Yeah, I never was normal.
Have you ever seen the old school vampire movies?
Yeah. Like
you know
Dracula
how
and
when
stuff.
they bite, you know what happens when someone bites you, right? In those movies, they turn.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what's going on with you. You got turned into a vampire. A kindred. We don't say vampire around here. That's something you need to get used to immediately. And the reason why we say kindred is because what happens here, the outside world doesn't know.
And the person you just met is the prince of this city. And she is the one that decides who lives and who dies.
Prince?
And she decided you get to leave.
For now.
Okay.
For now. So long as you help.
I mean, I need to know a little bit more to be able to help. Okay, so... No, wait. Let me just recap here very fast, okay? So, I finished my concert. I went to my hotel room. I was partying with my two best friends. And then these two people come in, one of which I guess it's Kindred, right? Did I say it right? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a Kindred. And he embraced me, right? So I am a sorry. I am a Kindred now.
Exactly.
Is that what it is?
Pretty much, that sums it up.
This can be. Like, I legit don't need this. What am I gonna do? I have a family. I have work.
Not anymore, you don't. Now you're working for us.
But
Actually, we had to figure out what she is first.
True.
Because you and me, Sparta, we both know that we are not part of this Coterie life at all. We got special permission to be here. We don't know what Eden is either.
what does that
She's
mean?
alive for
Who
now.
am I? I'm a Kindred, right? Are
You're a
we all the
Kindred, yes.
same? It's like you got these things that I
no.
can't push back. I don't know why.
You're an illegal Kindred.
Yep. Look, we don't know who or what you are at the moment.
Okay, but can you explain what does that mean? Like, who
What
I am?
type of Kindred you are?
There's different
We-
types.
Yes.
Yes.
What are
There's
you? Are you the same?
No.
Are you
No.
each other's father and child?
Hell no.
You really think I would father that ugly motherfucker right there? No.
Wow, okay, rude.
My dad was way handsomer.
Your mom should have swallowed, but okay.
We're getting off topic here.
Look,
There's different clans of Kindred, and each clan has different abilities and personalities, if you will. And we don't know what the fuck you are. So the first step is we have to get your blood tested.
There's
What?
vampire blood testing? How
In a
does
manner
that
of
work?
speaking. Well, it's some voodoo shit that I
Voodoo
don't know how-
shit? There's
know how it works.
magic too?
oh
Pretty
honey,
much a
your
waste.
world is about to be blown.
Wait, what else? Don't tell me that like fucking werewolves are real.
Well, as a matter of fact, yes, they are. But we're standing around just jabberjawing. We've got the council right there. We need to get going, and we can just talk about it on our way.
Wait, do fairies exist?
Fuck, I don't know. Never thought about it.
I mean,
I mean, there's
Maybe.
Alejandro.
you really want me to beat your ass again?
I
Yeah,
feel like
really.
I shouldn't be here in this moment.
Want me to get pissed off? Cause you know I got a short temper.
I
And the
just
second I turn that shit on, it
just
doesn't get
chuckle.
pretty.
I
And I
step
say-
back and I'm like,
We're getting sidetracked. We need to get this show on the road.
Okay. You know what? Eden, listen to me.
okay,
As
yeah.
of right now, you're gonna have a lot of questions, and I can understand that. Between me and Sparta, I've been around for a while. I've seen a couple of people with the same questions, the same reaction as you are having right now. And I get it, it's scary. But once we meet up with this priestess, she's gonna help you out figuring it out. You got me, you got Sparta, you got Ronaldo, you got Colette, everyone. And The whole dealio that happened in the vehicle when I was trying to trigger, I was trying to see what the hell you were and what you were gonna do. Because vampires react in different ways. My kind, my kind of kindred, we have a short fuse. We get pissed off really fast. But at the same time, we want to put the right people to justice. We do want the righteous way. We are probably one of the most humane, closest to human that you can be while being a kindred. Right now, Sparta, how long have you been a kindred?
About 2 years now.
You know, Sparta is 2 years. I've been around for 30. Ronaldo is fucking almost powder.
I mean, he is pretty old.
Powder.
Yeah. Fuck.
How old is he?
Yo, Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
How old were you again? We're trying to explain to Eden a little bit what's going on.
Somewhere around 300, I stopped counting.
He basically invented the wheel.
Well, thank you.
300
He goes back to his
plus
conversation.
years?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be living for a
So-
long, well, maybe going to be living for a long, long time.
I mean, look at it like this. You got to look at the positives, right? Now your career can't really die, can it?
Well, it would be kind of weird if I didn't, right?
I mean, you could always fake your own death and still release albums. I mean, we got a bunch of artists that release his album while still being dead.
I mean, look at Elvis. They
Michael
see him every
Jackson.
day in Vegas.
And Michael Jackson. I mean, Madonna is a walking corpse right now, so
I'm sorry, I didn't.
I wasn't expecting that. Okay.
Is she a vampire too?
you know what? I've been wondering the same thing sometimes.
I guess technically a certain type.
Zombie, but
Okay.
like I said, there's a lot of questions gonna have. I've dealt with those questions a long time ago. Sparta was in the same boat 2 years ago when he just turned.
Oh, my shit was easy.
Yeah, because you're batshit crazy anyways.
True.
Ronaldo, probably the same. You know, we've all gone through this shit.
So, what is the name of your family?
I'm what they call a gangrel.
Okay.
No, Bruja.
Bruja. Gangrel. How many more are there?
I think there's like 13 or 16, something like that. I lose track over time.
Yeah.
And how are you different from each other apart from, like, I guess, I don't know what you are about as a, what did you guys say, clan, not family?
A clan.
Like, are you different? Can you, like, what is it different? What what do Kindred do? Like, apart from living forever?
Depends on the kindred. I mean, I personally do not feed off humans.
My clan's very in touch, closer to nature. We're very animalistic.
He's a tree hugger.
I would say that we're closer to wolves than tree huggers. And now what we have to do is figure out what you are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where is this other, what, witch?
We're just waiting for Colette over there to call and set up a meeting for us.
Look
Colette
over to
has
Colette.
texted someone. Imani does not use phones, so we cannot get directly in touch with Imani. But Colette knows who to contact. So she's just waiting for a reply and instruction while you guys are just like chilling here having this conversation. By this time, all of like the council and everybody else has left. It's just you guys, the coterie, that is now downstairs in this place.
And I look at them and I say, but before we go any further, I need to feed. It's getting bad. While we wait for this meeting,
You know the rules. You gotta go and ask for permission. We don't
we
have a
have
feeding area.
Not tonight.
Oh, tonight in the last day of Mardi Gras, I think.
Yeah. This is the one night that you can feed in them anywhere.
so I need to go find something to get this under control while we wait for this meeting.
Oh,
Okay. Ronaldo just like looks at you and nods and is like, yeah, go do whatever you gotta do. Come
Eden,
back here when you're done.
Eden, you wanna go with Spartan and see a feeding?
No.
Because you better get used to it now.
Ronaldo says she's not going anywhere.
So while you guys watch Eden here, I'm going to go feed and come back, and hopefully by then the meeting will be set up and we can get this thing going.
Perfect.
I'm just
I
gonna
don't think
take a
anybody
seat on the
else
floor.
needs to feed. Right? Everybody else is
nah,
at one hunger, right? Okay.
If I killed somebody, then I should be completely no hunger.
Yeah, you're like the best out of everyone in this group right now. You're not hungry.
take a seat on the floor and just chill.
Okay. So I'm gonna say roughly 20-30 minutes go by. Because it take like I said, Imani doesn't use cell phones herself, so getting in touch with her is like word of mouth kind of thing. Oh, have you seen her? Where's she at? Kind of thing. Takes a little while to get in touch with her. So eventually, you guys, Colette is able to get in touch with her and is given instruction to go and meet at her farm, which you guys know a lot of the Tremere own farmland, like their area. A lot of the area is not like city area where they're actually located. It's like lots of like fields and farm area and stuff like that. So multiple of them own several pieces of land that they use for different things. So she has instructed you to meet her there. And eventually Sparta returns, so I'm assuming you have fed enough to get your hunger down to 1, right? Because you're not killing anybody. Correct?
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
killing anybody.
No more death, please. Okay, so you've gone and fed. Your hunger now is back to 1. And you guys now have your instruction. You can attempt to use the same transportation that Ashley gave you, but you don't know if it's still there. So you will have to go outside and find out if it's there or not. If not, then you guys will have to figure out how you're getting to Imani's place. So you make your way out of the really beautiful castle that was full of scary things.
So,
Do we notice if the car's still out there?
Car is not there. It has
Ooh,
been several
Wait,
hours.
before I go outside.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're like, you need to be hidden at all times. Okay, you guys come up the stairs outside of the little courtyard area, and the car that brought you here is nowhere to be seen. Like I said, it's been several hours, and no one gave the driver instructions to wait. I think you were all pretty preoccupied at that point,
Should we get a
and
lift
didn't know
or an
what was gonna
Uber
happen.
or some shit?
Pretty sure we can't get an Uber. They might notice you in the back seat.
Uh,
Ronaldo, do you know anybody with a car we can call?
He shrugs and looks at Colette, and she's like, "You guys really gonna make me call Ashley again?"
I mean,
Or
yes.
how far is this farm? First off,
It's a little ways away because you guys are now in the French Quarter, and their territory is outside of the entire area of where you guys are at. So you would need to drive there.
isn't there somebody like that has a car in here? There were like a bunch of Kindred.
D- d-
we rely on our Chevrolets.
Cheryl.
mm-hmm.
What?
Colette's just like, "It's fine. I got it."
We use our Lamborghinis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused.
No, we don't drive.
Yes. She's not gonna get it. She look in.
No.
For us, it's easier to walk around.
That must be nice.
Than not drive. I mean, you can go through things unnoticed.
This is New Orleans. Most of the time, you don't have to drive.
Yeah, must be nice. I miss walking around. Sometimes.
All right, after
Standing
a
right
few
now.
minutes, Colette walks back over and she's like, "All right, instead of calling Ashley because I just look desperate at this point, I have called Lindsay and someone is bringing us a car and I'm just gonna drive and I'll just drive us where we need to go."
Well, that makes things easier.
Yeah.
You got a personal cab driver.
So about, I'd say 10 or 15 minutes go by. Car drives up. It's a larger vehicle again because there are quite a few of you. What are there? 5 of you total? Yeah.
So
So
um
and car arrives. It's now yours. You can use it for the night.
can I ask more questions?
Go ahead.
We got a long drive.
Okay, so you guys are now in the car. Colette's driving you to the farm.
Is it us three, Colette and Ronaldo?
Yeah. Ronaldo and Colette's driving. Ronaldo's in the front. You guys
And
are
we're
in the back.
Okay. I lean forward and I'm like, so what are you guys? I'm learning about the different vampires. I mean, sorry, Kindred. Right, Kindred.
She's talking to Ronaldo and Colette,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
Okay. Colette says, "Do you mean what clan are we a part of?"
Yes. That.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm a Bruja.
Oh, like Alejandra.
Yes. And then Ronaldo looks, like, kind of turns and is looking back at you, and he's like, "I'm what they call a Tremere."
Ah, what are those? I haven't heard those yet.
Oh, well, we are really special. We, our powers are a lot like, they're really magical. I guess that's the best word I could use. We're going to meet Imani, and she's amazing. You're going to love her. But she is very powerful and can do really amazing things.
Wait, so you're a vampire that can use magic?
Yeah, it's a little complicated to explain how we became, I guess. But yeah, we have like magical type powers, if you want to call them that.
Interesting. Like,
Kind of like maybe what you would refer to as a wizard.
oh,
Just
But we're
imagine
also
if
kindred.
just imagine if Nosferatu fucked Hermione Granger. That's pretty much what Tremere is.
I say nothing to that.
I will say nothing to that.
Ronaldo turns around and looks out back forward.
Okay. Weird. All right. So I found. Okay. So, how am I gonna? How am I gonna do what I'm doing if I am like this now?
That's
There's gonna be some abracadabra shit. They're gonna look at you, and they'll figure it out. The Tremere are very good with that type of stuff.
Oh, so they can fix me and bring me back to being a human?
Oh hell no,
oh
that's
nope.
out of the question.
No, pretty much that.
But they'll figure out what you are.
Am I gonna be able to see people?
Not so much.
Um,
I mean, you can see us. That's
So I'm not gonna
probably
be
about
able
it.
to continue my career?
Definitely not.
I mean, in a way, yes, but eventually you would have to fake your own death because no one lives forever, right? You can't be looking, like you're looking right now in 70 years
People will
because
talk.
that would put us in danger.
And one of the major laws is don't reveal the masquerade. It'll get you killed.
So we the depending on what the higher ups say, they either you have your career another couple years, or they're gonna ask you to pretty much eventually fake your own death.
You being famous definitely complicates things.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What I don't understand is why me?
That's what we still have to figure out.
How
No,
do Kindred choose who they're going to embrace?
that's the that's the thing we honestly need answers from Caleb at this point, because you said he was the one that brought the guy that embraced you, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you were never supposed to be turned in the first or embraced in the first place. It was an illegal action. So whoever did it is a criminal to the Camarilla.
But why would a vampire want to do that? Doesn't don't all vampire want to be sorry, right. Kindred want to be hidden?
Exactly. So we need to figure out what this guy is doing and why.
Mm. Like I said, right now the one that's really sitting on the answers is Caleb,
Is
and we
there a
need
way
information.
to know for real?
I I mean, for all we know right now, and this is gonna suck saying, but Caleb could be in co-joint with this fellow.
From the meeting that I saw, It's very likely he's working with them. He seemed very hesitant to talk about it. He didn't really want to give up any information, so I think there's something going on there for sure.
Eden, how did you meet Caleb?
He was at the concert and he was one of the 10 people that got the extra VIP pass backstage. And, you know, um, I asked Marcus, my head of security, to check him, and he wanted to come and party with me and my crew. So I was like, I always do that. I always pick one person from those 10 when I do events, and I bring them in. It's good for
Correct,
PR. Um,
correct me if I'm wrong, but when you get those tickets, that those tickets are emailed, right?
yes.
Although,
Oh,
actually, Colette,
Hmm?
when once we park, could you send an email so we can find the list of everyone who bought a ticket,
Am
a
I the
VIP
only one
ticket?
that uses a cell phone?
I use a cell
Yeah,
phone. If I
yours is
had one.
broken.
What do you mean it's
Well, I had
broken?
to. You know, cell phones are tracked, right? And what is the one thing we try not to do?
Yeah, by the way, I probably should like tell somebody that I'm still alive because I told, my people that I was gonna to take a break, but if they're trying to message me and I'm not answering because my phone is fucking broken.
I just point at Alejandro. Okay, I'll call. Like, would I have Lindsay's or Ashley's number?
Um, who are you trying to get? What are you guys trying to accomplish?
Or, like, we want to trace the tickets that were bought.
Okay, you would call Lindsay. You wouldn't call Ashley for that. She'd be like, I don't fucking know. Um, would you have Lindsay's number? You wouldn't have Lindsay's number, but Colette would. Colette works for Lindsay, so Colette's gonna be
Hey,
the one again to contact.
All right, Colette, you're the only one with Lindsay's number.
Yeah, I don't think you would have gotten Lindsay's number. She probably, I mean, you know of her, she knows of you, but you haven't worked directly for her or anything, so I don't think you would have her number. So Colette is like, it's fine, whatever. I'll contact Lindsay. So you guys want Lindsay to basically look into the ticket sale for this Caleb?
just the VIP. We need full names so we can
Okay.
start backtracking Caleb and find out who he was with.
Okay. So
And there would have to be, and I'd say there has to be some sort of record from when the two went up to the party, because the security wouldn't just let a stranger in without checking ID or something. And Marcus also would have looked into both of them. So that might be a lead. Even if it's a false lead, there might be some information behind it.
Depending on what the manager said to the security.
I mean, they did just let us up there, so they're not very good at their jobs.
Exactly. Now, Eden, you can be as pissed off at me for breaking your phone, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. If they knew you had a working phone, what Ronaldo said to keep you alive wouldn't have mattered. They would have killed you.
Ronaldo looks back and says, yeah, Catalina's a little bit weary of those devices you guys use, kind of like myself. She doesn't like them.
So,
You probably hate me because I broke your phone, but
well, I'm just saying, like, it's a little suspicious, suspicious, Like,
Welcome to Kindred life.
No, I'm talking more for you. You know,
We're
I'm.
turned off. They don't know who we are. We made sure that the cameras were turned on when we left the.
As far as they know, you've disappeared. Well, it's still the same night, right?
Yeah.
As
It's
far as
only
they
been a
know,
few hours since you guys left.
as far as they know, you're still in the hotel room,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, 2 hours later, they might start coming and seeing if I'm ready for the after party. That's all I'm saying.
But you already were having an after party because your music was fucking loud.
plus they've already sent somebody to clean up the mess. So, as far as they're going to be concerned, yes, you're going to be missing come morning, and that's something we're going to have to cross once we get to it. But
I mean, not necessarily because she can sleep in her room and then just wake up and make sure that the security knows that she's been there all night.
true.
Because as far as the security knows, she's in her room sleeping. There are ways we can get her in.
That is a good point.
In worst case scenario, we can get, a burner phone that looks like hers and just place in the room and say that she forgot her phone. And that's why she didn't, answer her phone.
Oh, and by the way, you can't go out into the sunlight. So, come morning, you're going to be
Yep.
stuck in your hotel room.
No more tanning. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So, tomorrow's going to be real fun for you.
I mean, it's gradually, though. You don't turn like that. Everything's gradually, but you will become more and more sensitive to sunlight.
I would suggest that you start thinking of ways of how you might want to
Well,
recluse
pretty much.
yourself from society because, again, the masquerade frowns upon people revealing its secrets. So the less contact you have with your old life, the better. Just
About
something
this
to think of.
time, you guys are driving down an old dirt road. The scenery has changed. You're no longer in the crowded streets of the French Quarter, or even in the city. It looks a lot different. You're going down a little dirt road. In the distance, you can see two houses. One that looks more like a barn. The other one looks like a little farmhouse. And you approach. Um, there are a couple of people standing outside of the house on the porch. The house is lit up. Handful of people around, and Colette is parked the car and is texting Lindsay the information that you guys requested. Ronaldo gets out and goes up to the people, is like giving them hugs, and very clearly knows all of these people. Kind of chit chatting for a second while the rest of you guys are making your way out of the car.
Okay, I'll get out of the car. Follow.
Same, we'll follow Ronaldo up to the house.
Okay. He kind of introduces you guys to a couple of people that are standing around, like this is so and so and whatever. No one too important is there necessarily. And then he says, "Wait right here," and goes inside the house and leaves you guys on the porch with, I'd say there's 3 people out there on the porch with you. And they kind of look at you guys and then look at Eden, and they're kind of unsure. They're like, "Oh god, like what exactly is going on here?" They're friendly but kind of standoffish.
I'm standing like as far away from them as possible without being rude, I would
Is
say.
this like nice or like there's a lot of dirt in here? Like,
I
can
mean,
you?
it's like it's a farmhouse. It's the
So
house
it's
itself. Where
like
you are right now, there's not necessarily a lot of dirt. Like it's an old um vintage, I don't know what the word you want to call it. It's a well kept
rustic.
old, yeah, house. I mean, it's old, but it's not like
Okay, okay,
falling
okay,
apart
okay.
or
No,
anything.
just asking. You know it.
Yeah,
You know.
I know
You know.
why. Yeah. No, you're not.
No.
You're not. I
Just
mean, you might
chill.
be like, but
Not my
it's
fave, but sure.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
You can appreciate the beauty of that it's old and like a old Victorian looking nice house. But it's not like anything
Yeah, yeah,
spectacular.
yeah. Hi. Um, I am new here. I came for a blood test.
They all laugh. And they're like,
What is
"Oh."
funny?
One of the
Isn't this
women,
what I'm here for? I'm confused.
"Oh, you're so cute." One of the women speaks up. She's like, "You are new. Wow. It's, do you guys remember what that felt like?" They don't answer anything. They like that's all they say.
And
They
I'm
just
just
think you're
chuckling.
cute.
And I'm chuckling in the back.
Oh god. Okay, after oh god, I'm here for a blood test. After a few minutes of just awkwardness on the porch now because no one really knows what to say to this little kindred. Ronaldo comes walking out and with him is a woman. This is Imani. And Imani is she's not super tall, it's kind of average height, darker skin. She has really long, dreaded hair, that's braided really finely and not dreaded, sorry, braided hair. Um, and she's dressed in kind of like roby type clothes, not like as drapey as Ronaldo's whole vibe going on, but kind of a little bit similar type style. Just looks really chill. And has tattoos like all over her body. All kinds of different tattoos all over the place. And she comes out on the porch and introduces herself. Hello, my name is Imani. It's so nice to meet you.
Hi, I am Eden. Are you gonna
Okay.
do the blood test?
She kind of has this awkward or this strange look on her face and looks at Ronaldo. What, blood test? Okay. Yes. I'm going to do blood test. We don't call it that, but sure. It's a testing of your blood, so to speak.
Well, then, yeah, it's a blood test.
It is now. Let's go to the barn and we can get this underway, shall we?
Okay, yes, let's go.
Okay. All right. So she walks off. She's very like chipper and a lot more friendly than any of the other peoples that you encountered. Not that they weren't friendly, but they didn't really care to interact with you. She seems a lot more interactive with you. So you guys are walking. Imani and Ronaldo are leading. They're kind of chit-chatting with each other going into the barn. Inside of the barn, once you kind of step inside, you can see there's all types. I mean, it looks like a barn, but it has like sort of been restored. Like they're not in a barn where there's like hay and crap like that. Like it's been restored to be used for other things than animals. Um, there's all types of like crystals all over the place and like lots of things that you don't really know what they are, but your mind is kind of brought back to what Ronaldo said in the sense of them being wizards and like lots of things that look like a wizard would need in your like understanding of what a wizard is. Lots of just materials and things that you don't really recognize. Um, kind of scattered all over the place and different things like that. In the middle of the room, which has it doesn't have a dirt floor, it has like a wooden floor. In the middle of the floor, it what looks like what you would assume has been burned. There is a pattern that kind of has been burned into the center of this room. Which it's a big circle, but then inside of the circle is this pattern that has been created. It very much looks like some type of witchcraft type of thing, of whatever understanding you may have of that type of stuff. So she kind of walks into the back area and is kind of fiddling around with different objects and different things like that while the rest of you guys are funneling into this space. Two of the people that were on the porch with you guys originally come in, and once everybody's inside, they close the barn doors. So now you're inside the barn. It's pretty dimly lit, not very bright, and you're kind of just waiting for Imani's instruction at this point. She looks back at you, says, "Give me just a moment. I just need to get a few things prepared." And she's kind of doing her little thing over in the corner with her wizard objects.
So,
You guys
where do I put the blood?
Well, Ronaldo looks over at you. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. She's got to get a couple of things prepared.
I whispered to Alejandro, "Have you ever seen this Harry Potter shit?"
I mean, I wasn't around when you did it. And for me, it's been a while. And she's still going on this blood test thing like it's a goddamn blood bank.
That's probably my fault.
It's a blood bank.
I'm the
Okay.
one that told her it was a blood test.
I mean, you know, I don't even know. Like she's got this idea in her head that is it's a fucking blood test, like a goddamn AIDS test or some shit like that.
Well, am I hearing this shit?
I mean, you guys are all standing in the barns right there together.
I'm just
Okay,
whispering it to
well,
him.
I'm so sorry, Alejandro, that I don't know what is happening, okay?
Look,
I'm
Eden, I told you, just take it chill, okay? You're gonna
How
get all the
am I
information.
supposed to chill? I am a dead corpse walking right now.
Do you still have that joint? Why don't you try smoking that?
I did, and it's not working. Is that something is there something that I need to know? Why can I not get stoned?
If I looking, if I didn't have respect for the people around here, I would more than likely try to make you relax. But you need to chill. I get it. It's a lot going on.
I'm chill.
It's a
I'm
lot.
chilled. You see how chill I am? Fucking chilled. Okay? She's gonna go in a corner and she's gonna, like, get her little, like, out of her pocket, her little tobacco. She's gonna be rolling a cigarette over there.
You
I need to smoke again.
do you realize, like, has any of the things that we've told you could start kind of being put in place?
Yeah.
Anything?
It's a lot. Yeah, I understand. Kinda. I think. It's a problem. I am trying
What?
not to freak out because I am famous. I can go out without people recognizing me. Now I can't go out at daylight because I'm gonna, like, die. So all the stuff that I do is not, like, I don't even know.
you-
Like, do I need to fake my death tomorrow? Like, am I gonna die? Am I just gonna die? Because that lady with the blue dress, she was very intense. Like, I think that she doesn't like me.
He wanted to
And
kill you.
I don't. Yeah, exactly.
Flat out kill you because you're an outsider. She doesn't know
So
you're
I'm
gonna be
like,
interested.
doesn't even matter.
To
I
be
mean-
fair, she's not a huge fan of us either. Although she's not a big fan of most people.
Is
Apart from
she
the
Don't
police
like?
take it
around here.
personal.
Is she like super old and grumpy?
I definitely wouldn't say that around her.
So is a
You gotta be
yes.
careful. Chick, you gotta be careful.
Well,
I
I'm
mean-
just saying.
She's
She's
been
not-
around for a while. And when she speaks, people listen.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not? To be fair,
But you know,
I wish I
There's-
thought if I had
there's-
anything to shit, man.
well, then fucking go to the bathroom if you got a shit.
No, I did when I died. It was horrible. You know, my
You know
brother,
what?
like, you know, that
Yeah.
whole everything comes out.
Well, then
Nobody
tell your
prepared
little
me to that.
Then tell your fucking buddy to start speaking and telling us who the fuck that person is. Because
Like
if he's
how-
running around, turning people, embracing you, he can embrace anyone in this fucking city right now. He's still on the loose. We don't know what's gonna happen. And considering today is the last night of Mardi Gras, there's still thousands of people out in the street getting drunk and fucked up,
It is
which is
pretty,
easy prey.
It is pretty curious that he would turn somebody so famous and in
Yeah,
such a public
that's
place.
what I was thinking. It doesn't make any sense. Why not getting anybody else? Like, why a famous person?
Well, maybe your boy Caleb can tell us.
Well, if somebody could, like, I don't know, do some
I mean-
voodoo magic and read his mind or some shit. I don't know what you vampires do. What
I
the
mean-
fuck? Do I
What-
know?
the what-
Like,
the what
wait,
now?
wait. This
what
is
now?
actually the what?
The what now?
Voodoo.
You said one
shit?
word that we're not supposed to be saying.
Voodoo.
What did you just call us?
We don't use the V word.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Be thankful
Kindred.
be
Kindred.
thankful
Kindred. Yes.
that
yes,
this
yes,
place is chill.
Yes.
Because if you would have snapped out in public and people would have started staring at us. And we're talking the type of staring they would do alternative kids when they're 16 and listen to My Chemical Romance and shit like that.
I mean, the Chemical Romance was pretty lit. Not gonna lie.
Yes, it was. But those kids would get looked at. Right? Those kids would have looked at free. That would be the same looks, but we would probably get even harder looks if they notice our teeth. That's why we can't be using that word. And remember, if you say that word and words comes out, you dead. Like, I'm not even gonna.
No second
Sure,
chances. If you risk the masquerade, they will kill you.
Okay. Sorry. Yes, you're right. Kindred. Fuck.
But you know what? I need just a mental. I need to go to the fucking bathroom.
Oh yeah, it's 4 hours. Should we get another 10-minute break, you guys?
Yes,
Wanna do
please.
that?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
At first, I thought he was still in character. I was like,
Same.
I am
was like,
dying.
wait a
this
second.
is gonna be interesting. He goes outside and rouses his blood to see if he can pee. Oh god. Yeah,
Okay,
let's
guys.
let's take
We are
another
going
quick
to
break.
take another break.
Alrighty. So as you guys, have been huddled together having your conversation, Imani was kind of getting everything prepared. You're watching her from wherever you're standing, and she's taking different things back and forth and setting up things in the center of the room. And there's like different types of crystals and other types of like gems and rock type things that she's placing all around. There's some liquid stuff that she has like painted in certain areas. Like it's this whole thing that she's doing here in the middle of the room. You don't really know what to make of it, but hey, this is her work, so she knows what she's doing. Oh, one thing that I wanted to clarify too, because this was part of I need to hide chat. Hold on. You guys are gonna make me laugh with your comments. Okay, liquid stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my character sheet in front of it again.
Yeah, I had it blocked.
No, I had
but
it blocked
up.
too, but
Yeah.
I was doing other thing, moving the scenes and whatever. Anyway.
Same. Anyway, I wanted to clarify this because it came up in the conversation with Alejandro and Sparta, where Sparta asked Alejandro, like, have you ever witnessed this Harry Potter shit? Just to clarify, this isn't something that happens every single time a vampire is turned.
No.
This only happens in a case like this with Eden, where they don't know who her sire is. So you wouldn't necessarily have experienced this beforehand. Especially with Imani. There wouldn't have been a time that you guys, in the short time that you've been in New Orleans, that you would have experienced her do this on any person that you would have known. So, that's just to clarify that this isn't like a normal thing that happens for all vampires. We're out of character. This happens with special cases where they don't know who the sire is and they need to get more information about their blood, so to speak, their potency, and what clan they belong to, so that they know what kind of power she has and shit like that. So anyways, just wanted to clarify that for everyone. So Imani's doing her thing. Finally she finishes up and she heads over to Eden, and she's like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go. And she takes your hand.
Yeah,
She's
I'll take her
been the
hand.
only person that hasn't been like really aggressive towards you.
Yeah,
she's like
she's
the only one
really
that's treating you
and
normal.
it's making Eden kind of like, is she the one that is gonna murder me now? But
Of course, all of the mean people haven't been a suspect, but the nice woman.
No, I mean,
is like...
no, all of them are a suspect at this point. Like, I don't trust anybody anyway. I'm going and I'm following her. Like, I don't. Obviously.
So she takes your hand and kind of walks you and tells you to sit in the center of this burnt etched like design that's in the middle of the floor that she's now placed all of these different things all around. She asks you to sit in the middle of it.
I sit, I guess. I'm like comfortable.
Okay. She so then she steps back and she kind of like looks at you and like everything that's going on, and she says, okay, there's a couple of ways we could do this. The easiest way would be, and she grabs like a cup. It looks like a old, like, what are they called, like a cauldron cup, like an old school gauntlet looking cup. There you go, that's the word I was looking for. And she says the fastest and easiest way is if you just put some blood in this cup. And she like hands you the cup.
How?
Oh, well, that's up to you. However, you just need. She like can tell you're really confused, and she rushes over to like one of the tables and grabs like a old nasty rusty knife and brings it back. This'll do, I guess.
I look at the knife and I'm like, how much blood do you need?
Oh, it doesn't need to be a lot. Just, just a little.
Should I do it with these?
Oh yeah, that would be my recommendation.
Okay. She lets it drip for a second and then passes it over.
Okay. She takes the thing and sets it
Um,
on.
what do I do with this now?
Oh, have they not? They didn't teach you about this? Oh, okay, okay. Just lick it. Go on. And when you lick it, you can see that the two holes that were previously there begin to slowly close up and disappear, as if nothing happened. I know, it's it's amazing. She turns around and starts what's the word I was looking for? It's gone. I'm losing words. Okay. She goes over to the little cup with your blood that she has gathered from you. And instead of picking it up right away, she starts doing something odd for anything that you've ever experienced. And she's speaking out loud, but it sounds like she's speaking in another language. It's a language that you don't really understand, and not even one that you can make like, oh, what language would that be? It's just something that you really don't understand. So she is now kind of circling this etched area on the ground, and almost like chanting, but very quietly, just kind of chanting this language that you don't know. And everyone else in the barn has kind of like went quiet at this point, and they're kind of like intensely watching what's going on, because most of them, besides the Tremere that are there, they probably haven't never experienced this before, so they're watching kind of, wow, like what is taking place here. After a few minutes of her doing this, she walks over to the little cup of blood, and she comes and stands directly in front of you. And she is looking at this cup and just standing there in front of you. And then she just swigs it and drinks it all right in front of you. Oh wow, hell yeah. Why do I roll so good? I need to be an actual player.
I look at like Sparta and Alejandro, and I'm like,
I just shrug and I say voodoo shit.
Oh my god. Okay.
Welcome to New Orleans.
Voodoo shit. That's what we're gonna say for any time the Tremere do their powers. Voodoo shit. Okay, so she swigs this cup that was full of your blood. And then she kind of bows her head a little and is like holding this, and she's humming. Kind of odd behavior. Like, it's making you a little uncomfortable to watch, because she's like right in front of you. Like, what are you doing? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6 successes. Okay. So after a few moments of her like standing there quietly humming, she just goes completely silent, and she's not moving. And then her eyes like fly open, and she looks at you. And then she has this like big smile on her face. And she doesn't say anything. And then she looks at Colette, who was the one who originally got in touch with her, and said, "Who am I supposed to deliver this information to?" And Colette is like she doesn't know. She's like, I thought that we were supposed to get, they didn't say. She answers to Imani. So Imani is like, oh, there goes my book. Imani just, surprise attack. So Imani is like, well, usually in these situations, I'm supposed to report back to Catalina. She didn't tell you. She looks again, and then she looks at Ronaldo, and they're all kind of like, did she, what exactly did she tell us? Now, you guys are all like looking at each other.
All she said was get the information.
Okay. You're correct. There was no instruction on what to do with the information. So Imani's like, okay, well, I mean, it's not like it's going to be a secret forever. So I guess I can tell you. I just, usually when we do these things, like, usually Catalina's here. Like, I'm actually, why isn't she here? And she looks at Ronaldo and shrugs. And she's like, okay, never mind. She's like, well, honey,
Yes?
you are quite powerful.
What? How?
That was quite the response.
Powerful? I'm dead.
Oh, you have so much to learn. Well, okay.
What does that mean, powerful?
Your blood is what we call very potent. And how can I explain this correctly? As we age, if you want to call it that, our powers get stronger, and we are capable of doing more things with time. Typically, most of us are, well, most of them, I should say. She kind of like laughs a little. Their blood isn't quite so potent. You have to wait a long time to reach the level of potency that you have. So that means that whoever did this, they were quite powerful themselves.
That is strange, isn't it?
This is all very strange. I'm sure we'll get the answers when the time comes, though.
So, what type of vampire am I?
Yeah, I was just about to get to that. So you are what we call a toreador. I know that means nothing to you. Have they told you anything about? Okay. Well, the Kaleo sisters, I can't decide. They might be happy about this. They might not, though. They're iffy. They're kind of, you'll meet them soon, don't worry. But they are, I think they're wonderful, but not everyone does. They're also toreadors, and they'll probably teach you, maybe. I don't know. I shouldn't speak for them. Might get me in trouble. But you are, just from the potency of what I've tasted in your blood, as I said, you're pretty powerful, and you would fall in the 8th generation of Toreador. Again, this all means nothing to you, but just know that perhaps whoever did this, I don't think this was necessarily a mistake. Because usually those that are older, like myself, we don't tend to do this unless we wanted to. It wasn't a mistake. Like some younger generations, and sometimes they can lose their cool, so to speak, and things can happen, and maybe an embrace can be a result of that. But typically with an older generation, Kindred, that would never happen. So I definitely think that this was perhaps planned. For what? I'm not sure.
So, Imani, you... And she kind of like gets closer a little bit. She's like,
Scoots on the little wooden floor.
You seem to be like the nicer one out of all of these Kindred that I've met
Mm-hmm.
so far, is this good or bad? Are they gonna murder me probably more because of what I am? Or is it good? Is it.
I'm not sure. It might be good. It might be bad because you could be a really big threat. I just want to be honest with you. I don't want to scare you. You know, I know all of this is really scary right now, but you were already a threat because of what happened, but they could have easily taken care of that, right? But now, knowing a little bit more about you as a kindred and your abilities, however that may manifest, will be quite interesting, I think. But it could be a bad thing. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Prince Catalina's wishes are when it comes to you. She seems to want to keep you around, at least for the
She
time
was about
being.
to murder me if it wasn't for Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo told me. Ronaldo's really great. He's awesome. But yeah, he told me that it wasn't looking very good for you. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But here's the thing, and she takes your hands. We don't know what's going to happen, and there's no reason to jump to any scary conclusions. Let's just pass the information along and
Do
see
you
what
think
happens.
that if I'm powerful and I can control all of this power, I don't know even what it is, I don't understand, but do you think that maybe it could be more useful so I don't die?
Certainly. I mean, it all just depends on how you use it and what happens going forward. We don't know.
Okay, so just a little word of advice, I guess. Like, do you think, what should I do now to increase the chances of me surviving?
Well, you already seem very composed for someone who's going through all of the things you're going through. So that is a good thing. I think keeping your composure and being willing to find the answers that Catalina is looking for will definitely be a good thing for you. And if she knows that you're willing to cooperate with whatever her instruction or wishes are, then perhaps that may sway her into, possibly keeping you around. And like Ronaldo informed me that perhaps whoever did this to you, maybe they will try to contact you or find you. We don't know. So keeping you alive could be beneficial to Catalina because we might be able to find more answers. So I think as long as you remain what's the word the children use? Chill. If you just chill, trust Ronaldo. He's not going to put you in any dangerous situation. Then I think see how this goes, see what Catalina wants to do, and just make it known to her that you're willing to do whatever it takes to bring this person to justice.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Your blood test is over. It's a girl, she says playfully.
After she says that, I just bust out laughing.
You get the vibe from Imani that she's a really happy, relaxed, like she wants everyone to be happy. So she's trying to kind of lift the mood. She knows this is a really intense situation. So yeah, she's kind of being playful with everyone. Then after that's done, she's just gonna start cleaning up her stuff from her little ritual area.
Well, is Toreador good or bad? I'm asking. I went back
Went back over toward them.
to
Okay.
Ronaldo, I guess. No, Ronaldo is probably with Imani or whatever. But Sparta and Alejandro, and I guess Colette probably.
Colette. Okay.
I mean, Toreador can be pretty uppity. They're really artsy folk. Which kind of makes sense.
Colette like nods, like it makes perfect sense.
What do you mean with that?
I just look at her and I go, well. And then I just gesture up and down. You fit perfectly.
What are you?
What?
What are you? What did you do for a living?
Well, I'm a singer, performer,
What do you call a singer?
artist.
What's a toreador?
I don't know, art. You said artsy, Kindred?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
You're powerful. However, you
Yeah,
also learn to
I
control that
don't
power.
know if I like that. You know how they say in Star Wars, like, with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, and TMC has pretty much showed that you don't have any, but you're gonna have to learn to have it.
So who are these? Who are these? What is it? Galileo? Galileo?
The Galeo sisters.
Galileo sisters.
I'm not sure we're ready just to introduce you to them quite yet.
What I'm more worried about is trying to find out who the hell did this. In other words, Caleb has to be interrogated ASAP.
Well, we should probably deliver the results to Catalina, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
I mean,
Amani would be in charge of that. She's doing her thing. She's contacting Prince Catalina with the information. She just wasn't sure if she was allowed to share it with you guys. Because usually when they do this stuff, if the vibe that I was putting off is usually when she does this stuff, it's more in private and it's usually just with Prince Catalina and the information is relayed directly to her. And then the situation is handled. But this is a completely different situation. So she was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this or not. But she's now off cleaning up and contacting Prince Catalina. And then we'll connect back with you guys when she's done. As you're having this combo.
So, you know how she was saying about my blood power, whatever? Does that mean that vampires have powers?
oh, yes, they do.
Gotta
I
love
am
him young.
so sick of everybody laughing in my face.
Oh, trust me. I gave the same shit to Sparta when we first met because I found out he was a newer vampire.
It comes with the
I've been doing this.
territory.
Yeah.
I got
It's kind of
laughed
like
at
the news
too.
though.
Fine, but can somebody explain without
Okay.
laughing
Colette
at
kind
me?
of pushes herself off the wall because she's been in the conversation but not talking. And she's like, okay, yes, every clan has certain abilities, so to speak. We can do different things. My clan might have certain powers that your clan don't. Powers, if you want to call them that. Abilities is more falls under the line of what we would say most likely. understanding what yours are is going to come with time. You aren't going to necessarily know right away. The best people that you can talk to about this are probably going to be the Galeo sisters. By the way, I personally am a fan of them. Not a lot of people are, just because of how they carry themselves, but I've known Ashley for a really long time, so different story. So, typically in these situations, when you are embraced, your sire is what we call it. This would be like your parent. We're going to use that word.
My
Um,
kindred daddy or mommy. I guess daddy.
yes, your kindred mommy or daddy would be responsible for explaining all of this to you and explaining all the different powers that you might have, how they might manifest over time, different things. This is all stuff that you would learn from them. They would teach you how to control your urges, so on and so forth. So, if you remember when we spoke with Prince Catalina, how she said that typically when someone is embraced, especially not with permission, in a kind of a fashion that like what you've experienced, typically that the person that was embraced, so i.e. you and their sire, would be killed because especially in a situation like this, you have now been left with no guide and no knowledge of what's going on. And had we not shown up when we showed up, possibly worse things could have happened. So, this is a very delicate situation, which is why everyone is kind of handling it the way that they are. I think that you have been spared, so to speak, because you might be of use to finding out who did this. We're not sure at this point. But you're going to learn, there's a lot to learn, and it's going to be overwhelming, especially right away. But we'll get you connected with the right people so that you can start getting answers to the questions that you have.
Okay.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. Apart from interrogating Caleb, I kind of he should be put to justice.
Colette looks at I almost called you Alfredo. I'm sorry. My brain is turning to mush. Alejandro. And you can see that she's not a big fan of Alejandro. She doesn't really like him. And she says, what happens to Caleb is none of your concern. He's with Prince Catalina. And then she walks away.
I mean, he's an accomplice, isn't he? To an illegal turn.
I look at Alejandro and I say he's a thin blood involved with a really serious crime. He's definitely not walking away from this.
But he better have some answers too.
I'd be surprised if Catalina isn't already questioning him. If he's still alive.
I hope she is. Because I haven't used my powers in a while. And you know which one those are.
Yes, I'm aware. But what are we doing from here?
Well, at this point, I have to figure out what Catalina wants to do with her turn.
For that, we'll have to wait for Imani to finish talking with her, see if she has anything, if she gives us any orders. But if she
Job
doesn't,
is,
we'll have to figure out what to do.
I mean, we were set to find this guy, and we found him, but you know, we're probably gonna end up having to talk to Caleb at some point because we literally got put in this job to actually find this guy. We found him, kinda, but he got away. The only person that has to lead would be Caleb, and Caleb is if he's not gonna talk, we're gonna have to force him to talk, and we're gonna have to get dirty.
So really, it's just a waiting game right now to find out what Catalina wants us to do, and if she just wants us to do our own thing, then we go question Caleb.
Pretty much.
Can't get to Caleb. Caleb, Catalina has Caleb. You're not. This isn't a. Sorry, this is OC. This isn't like a rogue operation. You're not gonna be able to like get to Caleb if Catalina doesn't give you instruction to talk to Caleb. That's why I made the comment as Colette of like what happens to Caleb isn't your concern because he's literally with Catalina. Like she has given those big burly people that were in that castle place, she gave them instruction to take care of him. What happens to him is up to her. It doesn't have anything to do with you guys. If you
However,
guys get instruction later down the road, then that'll happen. But right now, there's not really much you can do when it comes to Caleb.
Eden, how are you feeling?
I don't know. I don't understand anything. Like, my world has been turned upside down, and I'm just trying to figure out what am I gonna do tomorrow. Like, that is what I'm worried about. You guys are worried about this kindred that is running wild and embracing other humans or whatever. And I'm here, like, I need to tell my manager that I'm not going to be able to work for a second and that I'm going to take a break and like how I'm going to organize that and like but then I'm going to disappear. I'm like our authorities are going to be on your ass.
I would love to see that happening, but it's not gonna happen. Here's the thing. And I don't know how much you care about your precious little locks, but those are gonna have to go for a while.
What do you mean?
Well, apart from faking your death, we're gonna have to change your appearance somehow. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing, Eden.
How would you do that?
A few ways we can do that. I'm not talking about going to Hollywood for plastic surgery.
Then what are you talking about?
What's your most recognizable feature?
I don't know, my face?
I mean, we always had the same hairstyle.
Yeah, pretty much.
There you answer the question. You're gonna have to get a haircut.
Off character, I think I can't get a haircut because the hair is gonna regrow is exactly where it was.
Yeah, vampires can't get haircuts.
Yeah. We can't get tattoos.
And they can't dye their hair.
No. Their bodies
Just
are
stay
permanently stuck the way that they were when they were turned.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do something because you're gonna have to fake your own death. There's no ifs, buts, and anything because you're gonna disappear for a while. Because here's something that you need to understand. I get you're stressed out, you're trying to figure out all this shit. But as more time goes, there's still someone that's embracing on the loose, illegally embracing people. And let me ask you this, do you want the same fate that happened to you to happen to someone else?
No, I don't. But what is my faking my death gonna help that? It doesn't make any sense. It makes him win. If I go back and on my regular schedule and I just say, hey, you know what? I finished my tour. I was supposed to take a break anyway. I can tell my manager I've disappeared for 6 months for creative purposes.
Okay, so you're gonna be alive for 100 years and still being an artist without dying?
No, but I don't need to fake my death tomorrow, do I?
Yeah, how are you gonna do signings, public appearances, all that shit that you do?
I don't need to if I say that I need some time. I have done this before in order to prepare for albums and stuff. I have a house upstate New York in the middle of nowhere. That's where I usually go. Nobody ever goes there unless I ask them to.
Unfortunately, you most definitely aren't leaving New Orleans anytime soon.
No,
Until
alive.
until Catalina gives the okay, you're stuck
Well,
here.
I'm not trying to leave, right? You guys need me to lure in this Kindred cereal maker.
I agree you don't need to fake your death tomorrow.
So we need to fix this now.
Yeah, I don't think we
Exists.
have the authority to do that just yet.
Can we talk to somebody that has the authority before it becomes something bigger than it should be?
It's
right?
already
You
big.
guys don't want your little secret to come out? Then let me do my job. That's what I do for a living. I'm an actress, a performer, a singer.
Yeah, and you've been saying the other words several freaking times.
Which other word?
The other word for kindred.
No, I just said kindred 1,000 times. You need to understand, Alejandro, that you've been here for 30 years and your ideas are shit, okay? So, let me go back to where I'm at right now, alright? Your punching walls attitude is not gonna help in this situation. This situation is gonna be about subtlety. I don't want my ass murdered because I'm already dead. I don't want to die again necessarily. I'm not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. I'm a human, yes, sure, whatever. Well, I guess I'm not.
I mean,
I guess I am not.
technically, you were born tonight.
I'm sorry. But I know my field. I know what happens. I know my schedules. If you guys don't want extra attention on your ass, and there were a lot of other people that you guys had to go through, right? In the lobby, before.
I say let's not be hasty and let's just wait for orders.
I'm just saying, let me talk to somebody so I can explain the gravity of the situation. I don't know how much you guys are knowledgeable of the world that I live in, that I was living in until like what?
Well, you gonna explain
3
that a bunch of
hours
fucking...
ago?
You gonna explain to your fucking manager that you turned into a fucking kindred?
No.
Is that what you're
I'm
fucking
not
gonna
trying
do?
Do you think that I'm an idiot?
Yes.
Alejandro, do you think that I'm a fucking
Yes,
idiot?
I do. I've seen the shit you've caused on TMZ. It's everywhere. When you fuck up, it's plastered everywhere. Now, if you tell your fucking manager that, oh, I'm a fucking kindred.
Can I do a thing, because that is a very touchy subject for me. Like, it's something that happened 4 years ago. It was a big, like, DUI? Yeah, DUI. I was found with drugs and alcohol, almost killed, like, one of my friends and the crew in the car, and, like, it was very bad. And it was one of the very low lows for her. It was, like, on the anniversary, the first year anniversary of her ex-husband's death. So, yeah, for context, it is knowledgeable for the people that go and look for it. Everything is there that I said, so just to put it in context. So, yeah, that I did not like that.
Yeah,
all.
you would do a similar to what you did before with the willpower.
It'd be a rouse check, right?
Well, what are you trying to resist a frenzy? Because what he's talking about
Yeah, I'm trying to
has the
resist a
potential,
frenzy.
right, which would be a willpower roll.
Yeah. Um. We have a problem.
Oh no.
What is the problem?
I got 3 1s, an 8, and a 3.
3 1s, an 8, and a 3? Wait, how many dice are you rolling?
5.
Oh, I counted wrong. Okay, I'm looking really quick because I don't think crits and all of that matter with willpower rolls.
Okay.
I believe it's only with you're using your power, but let me clarify.
I mean, I guess at this point, like, matters how many successes I needed because I
Yeah.
have, like, one success. Just
You have
one.
one success? Okay. And hold on, let me look at your character sheet. Okay. So this isn't playing into one of like your convictions or anything. This isn't playing into that. So you're not like completely out of control.
No, I'm not completely out of control.
It's just bringing up a
trauma.
sensitive subject within yourself. Okay, like health. 1 second. And you only rolled one success?
Yeah.
I think that the only way that you would go into a frenzy as a result of this is if you ran out of willpower. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to lose a willpower.
Okay.
So basically what's going to happen as a result of this is I'm going to say that you weren't necessarily like before when you were in the car, how you were able to just kind of calm yourself down and not let the things escalate. That's not necessarily what's happening here. So as a result of that, you now have lost a willpower. Like as if you were to use a willpower for a reroll, it would be like a similar situation. I think that the only way that you go into a frenzy as a result of that is if you have no willpower left. So you're not going to go into a frenzy, but you are very upset. Yeah, like it hasn't gone away.
Storm off. I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay. So you're storming away.
I look at Alejandro and I say, "Nice job."
I mean, if she wants to get snappy, she gets snappy.
I just shake my head and walk off as well.
Fucking crybabies.
Okay, as this is going on, across the barn enters a person. And very loudly she says, "All right, that's enough." And there stands at the other side of the barn, you can see Lindsay Baker, who is the sheriff. Neither of you have met her before, so you don't recognize her right away. Like, you don't really know who she is. While you guys were standing over there having your little moment, Colette was on the phone with her saying, "Hey, I think you need to come down here because I'm not really sure what we're supposed to do, where this is going to go, but things are escalating very quickly." And mind you, Colette is with you guys because last time Alejandro lost his cool and bad things happened. So she's watching and seeing things escalating and being like, the only reason why I'm fucking here is because this guy can't keep his shit together. So I'm going to call Lindsay. So Lindsay has now arrived. As soon as she walks in and says that's enough, all of you just literally are like, this feeling washes over you and you're going to do whatever she says. You don't have any what's the word, control, I guess, to use that word. You're gonna listen and you're all quiet. No, you're not gonna do anything. You're not gonna defy her. She has now entered the room and is commanding you that that's enough and you're gonna listen to me. So across, kind of, she's made her way into, like, she came in through the back. There's like the little etching on the floor. She's now standing sort of in the center of the room. You can clearly see her. She's got dirty blonde curly hair. It's kind of like slicked back, like Kristen Stewart vibes, you know, that hairstyle I'm talking about that she has. um and pretty average type build. She appears to be strong, but she doesn't look like, physically she's not like huge or anything. She's not physically built or anything like that. She's wearing a very nice suit. It's a very fitted suit, pinstriped. And on her right hand, she has 3 large gold rings that you can see kind of from the distance. And she's now standing in the middle of the room, telling you guys, okay, that's it. That's enough. She looks over at Alejandro and says, excuse yourself now. And then turns around and goes to talk to Imani, who is kind of in the same area she was, because she was cleaning up and attempting to get in touch with Catalina. And they begin to have a conversation. And Alejandro, you can try to roll against it if you want to, but you have basically been commanded to do something. If you want to roll against it, I will have to. Do you want to roll against it? Because I need to look up what you have to roll. Or are you going to listen to her and exit the barn?
Yeah, he goes outside and
Okay.
has a cigarette.
Okay. Alejandro exits the barn. Good choice. Might have gotten interesting. And after a few minutes, Lindsay is done talking with Imani and she comes over and approaches. Sparta, are you anywhere near Eden?
Oh, as soon as
No,
I see
I went
Alejandro
to, like,
going out, I go back in. So I'll go right by Sparta. Yeah.
I just
Okay.
walked up against the wall away from him.
Okay. All right. She kind of comes over. Colette has joined you, Eden. You guys are kind of standing together. And Lindsay walks over and introduces herself. Hello, I'm Lindsay. Sorry to have to meet you under these circumstances. Basically, what's going to happen now is we've gotten word back from Catalina, and she wants you to stay in the care of Ronaldo until further notice. So whatever affairs you need to get in order, get them in order, however that looks like for you, and you will be staying with these people until further notice.
So can I ask a question? Is that okay?
Of course.
Put my things in order.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Well, this is a very interesting situation because of who you are. I think we're all
Yes.
kind of aware of that. I have already gone to your hotel room and nothing happened. Just gonna leave it at that. So what you decide to tell
whoever you need to tell about where you will be for however long you will be there is for you to decide. Keep in mind, if you were to make the terrible mistake of exposing anything of what has happened tonight, it's not going to end well for you or whoever you tell. Keep that in mind.
I know.
Let's
I know.
be smart about
I'm not
this.
stupid. I don't want to mess this up.
I gathered from what I've heard that happened with Catalina, you seem to be on board with figuring out what's going on here. So as long as you stay that way, I don't see a problem.
Okay.
And she looks at Colette and says, if you need anything, contact me. You're staying with them until I tell you otherwise. Colette, like, you can, like, see she's not going to argue, but you can just see on her face, like, fuck. Like, I have to stay with these people. And she just nods, and just as swiftly as she arrived, she's gone.
I look at Eden and I say, "Welcome to the team."
I need a phone.
I need a phone.
I just sigh and I hand her mine here.
She just excuses herself, I guess. Well, do you want to come with me? I need to, like, step out of here. There's...
Well, you just got told you're part of the team, so they just okayed you to get your shit in order. So if you want privacy, go handle your business.
Okay.
And by the way, out of character, are the crystals still like all over the place?
Not at this point. Amani has, like, cleaned them all up. Why are we gonna steal one or something?
I was just gonna go look at them.
Oh, I mean, they're all around. Like, you can go, they're on tables and stuff. They're kind of, like, all stacked about, but they're not on the actual floor anymore. They're still visible if you want to go and explore around and look.
I do.
Okay, yeah.
Just
There's
out of curiosity, I just
there's
want to go look.
lots of, like, little tables that kind of look like workbenches that have all sorts of things, little crystals and jewels and rocks and other materials and different things like that, kind of all about inside this barn. So yeah, feel free to wander and look at the the crystals. Wait, what?
He just
I
said,
didn't-
Alejandro left. He's like, fuck this. I'm going home. It's starting to be dark anyways.
He went home? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a long walk.
Like, fuck this.
It actually wouldn't be that long of a walk from Imani's house because you're at Imani's barn. And remember, you guys are staying at Ronaldo's barn. So, like, it wouldn't really be that far away from where you are. I mean, it, like, wouldn't necessarily be something you'd want to do, but you're a vampire. You can walk a little bit fast. You can run if you really feel like running. You might get there a little faster. You got all the time in the world, though. Anyway, okay. So Alejandro has retreated to his little barn.
While she makes a phone call, I'll just move around the room and just look at all the crystals and just fiddle with shit until somebody tells me to stop.
Okay. No one seems to care that you're touching things. They're kind of watching you, like the other Tremere that are there kind of watching you to make sure maybe you don't touch the wrong thing. Spill something. Something combust.
Okay, well, I'm going to call my manager, Edward. And I know his number. I've been working with him for like 7 years, so I know it by heart. And I just call him.
Okay. Whereabouts are you? Are you outside of the barn?
I'm
Have
a
you, like,
little bit
exited?
outside, like, not, like, you know, not too far. It's not that I wandered off, like, outside of
Okay.
sight. Like, I'm inside of everybody. I'm just outside the
Okay.
whole like so people like chatting and doing their own thing in there.
Okay. Colette is gonna come out and kind of lean against the wall, and she's looking at her phone like she's pretending like she's not paying attention to you, but she's very much paying
Well,
attention
yeah,
to
I
you.
was like, is somebody gonna come and like fucking okay.
Like she's not all up in your business, but she's there to where if you like were to turn, you would notice that she was there leaned up against the wall.
Yeah, I'm calling.
Oh wait, am I him? Fuck. I didn't even think about that. Wait, what's his name?
Edward.
Oh, Edward. Hello?
Oh, hi, Edward. What's up?
Oh, hold on. It's really loud in here. You hear loud music. Okay. He goes and gets a little quiet. Oh, hey, what's up? How was your show?
Oh, it was amazing. Listen, I am bringing Nicole and Logan and a few others. We decided to get out of town for the night. So don't worry about it. Still keep the room and everything in there. Like, I'm on break. I'm gonna let you know that, like, after tonight, I'm so inspired. Like, I am ready.
Awesome.
I am ready to write.
Getting ready for that next album?
Yes. I have all the material. So you know the drill. I am probably going to disappear. You know my deal, right? Nobody knows where I'm at. I don't want nobody up in my fucking business. If I need anything, I'm gonna tell you guys. But I am going to be in my usual isolation pod for probably the next foreseeable 2-3 months for sure. I will let you know more and send stuff as we go.
Awesome. Last time this happened, you made one of the
here
best
we are.
albums.
Exactly.
I know, exactly. Get those creative juices flowing.
Exactly. All right. Yes.
All right.
Super excited. I'm gonna go party then.
I trust you. Okay. Yeah, you have the time of your life. You deserve it.
Okay. All right. See ya.
Call me if you need me.
I will. Bye.
All right, bye. I was like, oh wait, I'm Edward.
I go back. She's like, kind of like shakes it off and goes back, hands the phone to Sparta and like, kind of like, I don't know.
I look at her and I say, so did you get your shit sorted?
Yep. I am gone and nobody is gonna look for me for the next 3 months unless I say anything.
Then we're good. And I know Alejandro and me come off as a bit of an asshole, but it comes with the territory. We're a bit of lone wolves.
Well, you guys have been alive longer, I guess. Well, not necessarily you, because you've been a kindred for 2 years, but if you have lived this long, you know, I guess, I don't know, things change. I don't know how this works. I'm still trying to understand. I'm trying to not freak out.
It's overwhelming at first, but as time goes on, it'll get easier. You've definitely dealt with a lot. Surviving 2 deaths.
I just don't like when people bring up my past when I've been trying to correct the things that I've done that weren't so good. Isn't everybody trying to do that?
I agree. Just do what I do. Whenever he starts getting out of hand, just give him the finger and walk off.
Okay.
Colette kind of pushes herself off the wall and comes around into the barn where you guys are talking, and she kind of slaps you on the back a little, and she's like, it does get easier. And then she walks over to Ronaldo and Imani to see, like, are we allowed to leave? Like, what are we doing now? You know, what's the plan? Colette has a little chat with Imani, and it's been made very clear that Catalina's already been contacted, which they also have already spoken with Lindsay to kind of get everybody on the same page of what's going to happen. And right now, all you guys know is that um, Prince Catalina wants Eden to remain with you guys with your group until further notice. No other real instruction has been given to you. Um, and you guys just know that that's what you're supposed to do right now, is that you're kind of her babysitter, so to speak, until you're told otherwise of what's going to happen next or what needs to happen next. No one's really given you that information. You kind of get the vibe, especially with how Lindsay handled that whole interaction, that it's kind of on a need to know basis at this point. This is what you need to do. We don't tell you anything else, then you're not the person that needs to know that information. We'll contact you when it's time for you to know something, basically. So Imani, and the other Tremere that kind of been gathered there, they come over to say their goodbyes to you guys. Imani approaches Eden again, and she says, "I'm so sorry this happened to you, but hopefully you'll make the best of it."
I will try.
She just nods, and she like holds your hand for a moment and like kind of closes her eyes, and then she just walks off with her little Tremere gang following her. And then it's just Ronaldo and Colette with you. Colette like sighs, and she's like, "I'm fucking going home, and I'll see you tomorrow." And she just leaves because she's not
Ronaldo?
staying with you guys. Did you say
Can-
don't go?
No, yeah.
Don't leave me,
Ronaldo,
Colette. Please.
Please.
Can I spend the night with you, Colette? Can I sleep on your couch?
You're kind of nice.
Did you want to say something to her before she leaves?
No,
Because
no, no.
she's done
She's-
with tonight.
Yeah, no,
She's
she let her leave. Like, I'll just go to Ronaldo. He's old. He's been around for a second.
okay.
And we
So
walk up,
Colette exits.
and as we walk up to Ronaldo, I say, "Well, all things considered, tonight didn't go as bad as it could have."
He nods. Yeah, you are correct about that.
At least we're not in hot water.
It's lukewarm.
I have a question. How do you deal with the weight of having killed somebody? And how what did you do to my friends' corpses?
Okay, we'll start with the first question. So, here's the thing, let's put it this way. Part of you needs to accept that this is who you are now. However, it doesn't mean that you have to kill people.
I don't.
What happened tonight, no, you don't. It can actually be a really enjoyable thing for many people that you encounter. They typically enjoy it.
And here in the city, there's a law that says you're not supposed to kill.
Right. So what happened tonight doesn't always have to be the result of you feeding. More so what happened tonight is you're young and you don't have anyone guiding you. Well, you didn't. We're here now. But you were hungry. And when we're hungry, there's nothing we can do to satisfy that other than feeding. And sometimes we lose control. And the result of that is someone dying.
But that doesn't always have to be the result. Tonight, yes, something tragic happened and you lost your friends, people that you care about. That's something that you're just going to have to learn to accept with time. But you don't have to fear what you are, because it doesn't mean you have to hurt people. I know right now that's probably what it feels like. You have gone through this experience and you've taken the lives of two people, but that doesn't have to be the next experience for you. And when it comes to your friends' bodies, I'm not really sure. I don't ask a lot of questions about what they do, but I'm sure they have they've been taken care of. You could tell he's trying really hard to like say this nicely to you, but like the bodies weren't necessarily anybody's concern, is the vibe you're getting.
I look at her and I say, tonight you experienced extraordinary circumstances. Normally, your sire would have been there to guide you, and you likely wouldn't have killed anybody. And it's unfortunate.
I need help to make up a story for them. Because
Okay.
they were with me.
Yeah, we can
And
think of something.
I killed them. And now they're
Ronaldo's
dead.
struggling, by the way, Sparta, if you pick up on this.
Yeah, I can tell, and so is Sparta. Sparta's like, okay, he's not really good with the feely stuff, so he's like,
Ronaldo's struggling because he's 300 years old and not in touch with humanity. You, however, are only 2 years old. So keep that in mind. You're a lot more connected with the human aspect of what she's feeling right now than like what Ronaldo is feeling. He's like, dude, I've been dead for 300 years. I've watched everyone I love die, plus more. So he's having a really hard, you can tell he's trying really hard because he's a compassionate guy just as in general, but he's not really connecting and doesn't know what to say to you.
I look at Eden and I say, no story is going to bring him back or comfort the family, but if it helps you, we can come up with something.
Yeah, I need that.
By the way, Eden is crying. Yeah. Okay. You will notice that your tears are not tears. Just so you're aware.
I'll do that again. Like,
Yeah.
I just look at her and I say, it's a kindred thing. We don't cry like normal humans.
It's now just
This is
blood all over her
disgusting.
hoodie.
And I say, why don't we go back to Ronaldo's place? We can come up with a plan, figure something out.
It's been a long night.
Tonight has definitely been
I think
stressful.
this is also a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah. So they're gonna, you all, Alejandro's already gone. He's home. But you guys are gonna make your way over to Ronaldo's farm. And when you guys get there, it's gonna be a similar type property to what Imani's property looked like. And Ronaldo's gonna make his way into the main house. And you guys are staying in the barn, which this barn is a lot different than Imani's. This barn has actually been renovated to like be a house. So it looks like a living space inside. It is only a 2-bedroom place. So
you're probably gonna end up sleeping in the living room on the couch. But you guys can figure out where people are sleeping when you get there. But you
Alejandro
make
is
your way
just
there.
he's just sitting on the roof. He likes the roof. That's it. Alejandro and roofs is his thinking spot. Sparta would know that.
So when you guys arrive, you kind of see him sitting up there doing his thing, chilling.
Mm-hmm.
As we walk in, I just nod to Alejandro and walk in.
I need a shower. I have blood over my face because I was crying, and now I can't cry anymore because I am Kindred, and Kindred cry blood.
I look at Eden and I say, "You could take the third room on the left, or the second room on the left. I'll take the couch." And I go and just jump on the couch and
I'm gonna go find a bathroom with a shower or some shit.
Something like a shower. Would there be a shower?
if he renovated it, I think he would.
I mean, I guess Kindred don't really need to shower, but do they? I mean, they don't. Well, I guess they could sweat. Yeah, there'll be a shower. She'll
I mean,
find a shower.
There has
they
to
would
be a
still
shower.
like to smell good.
Yeah,
Not all of them.
true.
True.
Saying.
True. Probably a
All
gangrel wouldn't really give a
Yeah,
fuck
I-
about
No.
showers.
I probably wouldn't give a fuck, but other vampires would, or kindred would.
Especially a Torador. They would definitely want a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it doesn't do anything
Yeah.
necessarily, they would just do it for all of like the shampoos and smells and all that nice stuff.
Yep.
All right. So you're going to shower, retreat for the night. You're on the couch, you're on the roof. And yeah, that is where we're going to end. So I was eventually making our way there so we could wrap it up there for the night. And you guys spend the rest of the night at the house? Or, well, rest of the day
Well, I mean,
because it's now daytime.
the only thing Alejandro has walks in, he sees Sparta in the couch. Shakes his head as he picks up a note and writes on that note and hangs on the door. And the note says, "There is much more history in what you know on why I act the way I do." And plays on the door where Eden is sleeping and then goes pretty much to sleep.
So there's a lovely little note waiting for Eden. Assuming in the morning when she were, well, morning. It's so confusing because it's
hanging on
night
the
for you
door.
guys, but
In
it's
the
morning for
evening.
you guys.
In the evening.
In the evening when she were to wake up and leave the room. All right, cool. Well, that'll be a nice little thing. You might want to remember what that note says because we'll probably pick up with that next session.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you can
And-
send it to me, so I have it. But yeah, guys, all right.
Oh,
We are done. Thank you so much for coming through, everybody.